Good evening, I'm Leon Jones, and this is News Extreme. Tonight, we dive into a massive release of government documents that have historians, conspiracy theorists, and privacy advocates buzzing. Thousands of pages related to the assassination of President John F. Kennedy were made public this week, revealing new details about U.S. espionage during the Cold War and raising concerns about the exposure of sensitive personal information. The U.S. National Archives and Records Administration released over 63,000 pages of records online following an executive order from former President Donald Trump. While many of these documents had been previously released, this latest dump includes newly declassified material, shedding light on CIA operations and covert activities in the 1960s. However, the release has also exposed previously redacted personal information, including Social Security numbers, sparking outrage and potential legal action. The JFK assassination, a lingering mystery. President John F. Kennedy was assassinated on November 22, 1963, in Dallas, Texas. Lee Harvey Oswald, a 24-year-old ex-Marine, was arrested for the shooting, but was himself killed 2 days later by nightclub owner Jack Ruby during a live televised jail transfer. While the official investigation concluded that Oswald acted alone, conspiracy theories have persisted for decades. This week's document release has reignited those theories, though scholars say the new information does not contradict the conclusion that Oswald was the sole gunman. Philip Shannon, author of a 2013 book on the JFK assassination, remarked, "The chase for the truth will go on forever, I suspect." A chaotic and controversial release. The document dump has been described as rushed and disorganized. Unlike previous releases, the National Archives did not provide an index or a functional search tool, leaving researchers to sift through thousands of pages manually. Larry Sabato, director of the University of Virginia Center for Politics, criticized the process, saying, "There's a lot of sloppiness in this." Adding to the controversy, sensitive personal information was inadvertently exposed, including Social Security numbers. Among those affected is Joseph DiGenova, a former campaign lawyer for Donald Trump, whose personal details were included in documents related to his work for a U.S. Senate committee in the 1970s. DiGenova has announced plans to sue the National Archives, accusing them of incompetence and violating privacy laws. The White House has pledged to assist those affected, offering credit monitoring and support for obtaining new Social Security numbers. Officials are still working to identify all the sensitive information that was released. New insights into CIA operations. For historians, the document release has been a treasure trove, particularly for those studying the Cold War and U.S. intelligence activities. One notable revelation comes from a memo by Arthur Schlesinger, Jr., a special assistant to President Kennedy. Following the failed Bay of Pigs invasion in 1961, Schlesinger warned that the CIA had grown too powerful and proposed transferring control of clandestine operations to the State Department. His plan, which included breaking up the CIA, was never implemented. Timothy Naftali, a Columbia University professor and JFK scholar, noted that the release provides unprecedented insight into U.S. intelligence activities during Kennedy's presidency. "It's quite remarkable to be able to walk through that secret world," he said. "What's still hidden?" Despite the massive release, thousands of documents remain classified. Researchers estimate that roughly 3,700 files related to the JFK assassination are still withheld. Additionally, Trump's executive order called for the declassification of records tied to the 1968 assassinations of Senator Robert F. Kennedy and Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr., though it's unclear when, or if, those documents will be made public. As historians and conspiracy theorists continue to pore over the newly released files, one thing is clear: the mysteries surrounding JFK's assassination and the shadowy world of Cold War espionage remain as compelling as ever. For News Extreme, I'm Leon Jones. Stay tuned for more updates on this developing story.